Alright, let's finish this motherfucker.
Federal Bureau of Control, how may I help you?
I have to start from scratch.
Typed up and in management's
Right.
hands first thing tomorrow.
The best at
Checkpoint was in the beginning.
From foreign threats.
There's the new girl, standing around daydreaming, when she should be getting work done. Who the hell does she think she is? The director?
Boop. Okay. Check the notice board. If it's the start, I should do at least, I think, one
Why do they keep you
objective.
around?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You're dismissed.
My pleasure.
Ah, scan the forms. No, I think this is the second one. This is it then.
No, he's not in. No, not today. A research project.
I've stopped after I was listening to the long speech of Director Trench. He actually explained what happened in a way, how his affected him, the whole thing. And I wonder, is this some kind of collective subconscious of everyone who got infected by the hiss? And you're just in this collective nightmare.
No experience. Every little thing needs to be explained. Internal recruiting.
Like, it definitely felt like that.
I'm sorry.
But, no, not really, because Pope is not really here. Emily
Yes,
Pope. She's fine. She's not infected. So it's just, I guess,
You're late.
fake
I
reality.
can fix it. I'll try hard.
Nightmare for Jesse. I have to fix something else?
Did you hear? We have a crisis on our hands. Yes,
Or maybe I have to run to Arte again. No mail? Maybe it spawns it again. Let's check on Arte. Up. Got it.
The nerve of this woman. Who does she think she is?
Are you sure you are not lost? Maybe you can find yourself in the
great.
director's office.
I was just waiting for my mail. Please, take the outgoing mail as well.
Oh, I've forgotten something.
So it was the first time, okay.
Oh, I'm lost.
Um,
Oh, where are you? I can't
gotta do it
feel
again.
Anything.
Why do they keep
I don't want to be alone here. Where am I? What is this? I want it end. Wake up, please. I want to go home.
maybe the new director? Oh, yeah. Very
I wonder what happened to Polaris. I don't believe she, like has destroyed it? It was very strange. Maybe it subdued Polaris and got to Jesse then. Mail again?
Doesn't she know how dangerous the old director is? He's unstable. He'll tear her apart.
You should keep trying. You are getting closer.
We've been
I
invaded.
need to go inside. I need to keep
Already heard the second conversation with him. He got shot in the head, probably by, as I understand, he got shot by the board. Board took control
That's
of
how it happened.
the object of power,
His got
in this
Trench
case
first.
gun,
He turned on the projector.
and they executed him,
He let them in.
I think, at least.
I have to remember the hiss. The hiss.
Or maybe
is
it
the
was
enemy.
Dylan who made him do this? Which could also be possible. Considering his hate for the trench. It might have been him. Probably.
This is all inside my head. The hiss burrowing in. I'm trapped in here. They're taking over. Fuck this shit. What am I doing?
Exactly. Fuck this
I need to get to Trench's office.
shit.
I will fight this. I will find a way to push them out.
Welcome back. I knew I chose a good assistant.
I need my gun.
Yeah, the same message.
I know what I must do. Start at the beginning. I should have seen it earlier. This is my mess to clean up. My fight. No one else's.
Just finally taking the director's
I am the director.
role seriously.
Hello, this is Dr. Casper Darling. I have a classified message for the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. I have sad news. Hedron is gone now, but it was not a source. It was a catalyst. Do you understand? You must go to my office. The end game. It will be revealed.
So it was just an amplifier for Polaris? Oh. I remember that Trench said that his ear bleeded when he got infected by the hiss. Or it was reported after they entered one of the slides through the projector. And that something got into his ear. I wonder why, in this case, her nose bled. Find Darling's office. Can I use... Can't use anything. I have to enter the shelter. No.
I can't feel you. I can't. This is what Dylan wanted all along. But there is something. I can feel it, but I don't know what. The motel is a place of power, of change, a place to pass through, connecting everything. This is a dream inside my head. Why shouldn't it take me anywhere I want to go?
Darling is going at it. So meta that this actor is actually the voice of Alan Wake. Control records. Dynamite. Nice.
This is so weird. But it is my head.
Wait, right, it's in her head.
You're such a weirdo, Jesse.
So it's just a projection of her unconscious, right? I wonder what will happen if I open different doors. Can I open them? No. This time around, they won't jerk us around in the rooms.
Grow brighter
Jesse Polaris.
around one constant. They revolve. Hedron is dead, but you're alive here in me. Maybe Hedron put you in our heads when we met her. Maybe you were always there. And she was just trying to teach me how to trigger you. Maybe I'll never understand. Maybe I don't need to. Trench was the first to be corrupted by the hiss. Slowly, over the years. His need for control only made it worse. It was Trench who took the projector to the nostalgia department. He opened the door to the hiss. Just like that. With Hedron dead, the hiss tried to corrupt me too. But I'm stronger than them. We're stronger. They're waiting. They'll try to stop us.
Oh, I lost my suit. Come on. Turn off the slide projector. You'll probably kick my brother's ass.
Bad dream. And the whole world was dreaming with her.
Dylan?
To go down?
She convinced herself that she was awake. She's always been stubborn. I knew I had to end her dream. I had to wake her up. I had to rip down the poster she'd been staring at. Cut off her eyelids to make her see,
How nice of you, Dylan.
to save her.
I know he's still there somewhere. Locked inside. I know, because that's how it was for me.
Prepare for power boost? Level 30? What the fuck? Am I level 30? Nice. this section one by one? We'll just continue. They definitely boosted my weapons. Whoa! Son of a bitch. Almost got me. Got him. Are we done? Almost got to him.
Dylan's in a coma. I don't know if there's anything of him left in there. If he'll ever find his way back. The portal's been closed, but the hiss is still in the
It's still in the oldest house?
And the lockdown can't be lifted as long as any trace of it remains. I'm working on a solution with my management team, but there is still a long road ahead. I'm the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. We're in this together. You and I.
They definitely made it so that you complete the campaign. She gets into the director's role, and you start doing the DLCs, additional content that you might have skipped or haven't done. Yeah. Actually, pretty good design. As I understand, there's now the Alan Wake DLC that is left. Probably some also quests after the main campaign, probably. But it was great. When the game runs good on a good graphics card, it's definitely a lot more enjoyable. The combat is more snappy than Alan Wake for sure. Because Alan Wake is not really about the combat, but Control. I wonder what they will change for the sequel. Because Alan Wake 1 to Alan Wake 2, of course it was a long time, but it was a pretty large jump. I wonder what they will change in the sequel. Well, I feel like they're gonna just expand on what they already done. Just flesh out more, maybe some of the systems. And yeah, just do more crazy paranormal scenes and atmospheres and places that they're gonna show. There were some sequences where it just gone bizarre, almost like hallucinogenic. She truly looks like a director. I think she had a similar... She might have appeared like this in the TV screen in Alan Wake 2, with this hair slid back like that. She probably... Yeah, she appeared like... Maybe like that. The hair was different.
Shawshank Redemption. That's the name of the movie I was thinking of earlier. Not important, but that was it.
Ah, the Foundation. This is the one of the DLCs. Probably should talk to everyone. Office Assistant Candidate B7. The Badass Suit. Janitor's Assistant. Well, I'm gonna go with the Director. For a lot of reasons.
We gotta be methodical. Clean out every... I heard you closed the Hiss portal, or whatever it is we're calling it. And if we could just flush out the stragglers.
So, what's next for Simon Arish?
Well, first off, I'm banning all slide projectors. That's it. Seriously, though, we need to review our protocols. Research should not be making decisions that endanger the entire Bureau, no, fuck it, the entire fucking world, without some serious oversight.
I think Pope would agree. Certain people in the Bureau have been working in the shadows for too long.
And I'd like to make these HRAs part of the mandatory Bureau uniform. They're not stylish, but better safe than sorry.
I don't think anyone will complain. Not after this. What are your thoughts on me serving as director?
Well, I couldn't be more excited. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, Trench was fine, but... Well, you pulled us back from the brink, so... Well, I'm honored to serve, man. I mean, fuck, shit. Phaeton. Sorry.
He'll get it one day.
So, what's the situation in my bureau, Arish?
The situation is we are still up to our eyes in Hiss. Not to mention the months of repairs it's gonna take just to get this place up and running again.
But is it doable?
Of course it is. You just might need to tell some rangers to grab a wrench once they're done hunting Hiss.
Did anyone ever mention to you that Darling was using the slide projector?
Well, Salvador never did, but I doubt he even knew. Look, I'm well aware that it's our job to study and contain the things that we don't understand, but some of the things that Darling did were way outside of our mission statement. Look, these things are not toys, and acting like they are is only ever gonna end one way. At least Pope seems to understand that.
Well, it's secure now. No one can reach it without my say-so.
But thank Christ for that.
Marshall's been missing for a while now. Any ideas where she could be?
The last time I saw her was in maintenance when I was leading the Rangers out of the Atlas. Yeah, I told her it wasn't safe, but she said she had to go check on something.
Did you ask where she was going?
Whew. Marshall is not the kind of person you question. Kind of intimidating, you know? But, she was by herself, if that helps at all.
Not really, but thanks.
Hopefully she turns up.
I'll see you later.
You know where I'll be.
Remove my waveform of the Hiss recording.
Sorry, ma'am. I took them. Darling asked for... additional materials to be stowed for future instruction of videos. He asked...
Jesse, good to see you. We've got Dylan situated in his containment cell like you asked. I've got medical staff running tests as we speak.
In Panopticon?
I'd be happy to walk you through the details later. Other than that, what's next?
With the slide projector turned off, the Hiss are shut out, but we're stuck with the ones already here. We can't lift the lockdown until they're all eradicated. If any Hiss ever got out, that would be the end of everything.
Well, eliminating them all will take time. Look, I'll do what I can on my end, but my research is progressing slower than I'd like.
I think I can help with that. I am making you the head of research, effective immediately. I want you to use everything the Bureau has, every resource, every confidential scrap of data, and find a way to keep the Hiss out for good.
That's... really? I mean, yes, I can certainly... yes! Yes, I accept.
You'll do great. Besides, I didn't really have anyone else lined up.
I'm honored, Jesse, really. Thank you. I've looked through the docs we found in Dimensional Research. That slide projector is extremely powerful. You were right to shut it down.
How do you feel about me taking over as director?
You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I am still thrilled. Nothing's changed. Not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them. They knew the Bureau better than anyone.
They're the Bureau's past, Emily. We won't operate like they did. We'll learn from their mistakes. We'll be better than they ever were.
We won't ever be like them.
When the hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things. I think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you?
Empirically, no, but phantom voices as well as hallucinatory states are not uncommon here. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically or otherwise.
Yeah.
And that doesn't upset you?
Oh, very. And the fact that he hid those forces from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. This time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it.
Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Fuck that. I'm not a child. Like, don't just assume I'm gonna consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Which it all was, of course.
How was Dylan?
The same. I can't detect any his activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's fair. He waited a long time for me.
Don't worry. We'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
I hear you. My brother isn't exactly popular around here.
I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that.
So, there was a moment after Hedron died that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head. Just for a moment.
So that explains the HRA outage. Before we knew what was happening, the hiss had us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the hiss was pushed back. The HRAs had come back on. Dylan vanished afterwards, and we fought off the hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be...
me.
You. Hedron is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this. And I'm okay with that. I'm just glad you're here with me.
So Hedron activated the resonance inside of Jessie.
Thanks, Emily.
Just constantly persists in her.
I found
And this
Dylan
resonance is
attacking
Polaris,
the
as I
astral
understand?
plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish?
Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the astral plane. Maybe their goal was to access the astral plane and the board itself.
That still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is.
Alright. Thank you for the
I've got a
interview,
bureau to run.
Jesse.
See you soon.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, Pope.
Director Faden.
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
What's inside of that room now? Is he still there? Or is he in Panopticon?
When do you think Marshall's coming back? It's
Yeah,
not
he's
like her to
here.
be absent during a crisis.
I'll be
Makes
here
sense.
waiting for you when you wake up, brother.
I hope you're right.
If you wake up.
Alright. The Foundation, talk to the board. Hotline chamber. What is this? How interesting. Technology may be moving at too fast a pace. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Agents have been injured by cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the old house.
Jesse Faden, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. I still don't quite believe it. But you always knew where we were headed. Even if it was a dream, I feel Darling reached out to me through the hotline. I have a feeling he entrenched.
We opened door /3 in the maintenance. There was a theory that people wrote on Reddit and
That was
other
Auti's
places.
vacation spot. We need to check
Basically
this
that all
out.
this house is the tree of life, or tree of, like the tree from Nordic mythology. I guess tree of life or something that has all of the dimensions, all of the lands, like in God of War 2. The tree on which reality sits. Find the door, maintenance restricted area.
Dark, quiet, trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ahti. So that etching is the door. Okay, let's try opening it.
Foundation.
No time for sightseeing.
Foundation of the
Word said
house?
this was an emergency. Looks like no one's been down here in a while. Crystals are kind of pretty. Emily would be having a field day down here.
My life's been a strange
Ash.
one. Certainly stranger than I'd like. This place. It's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On the street, it's drafting, standing there for anyone to see. But no one does. How do we miss it? Northmore. Acting director in Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers.
And this message was a while ago.
They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash, would have been the first man in. And look at me, his bookworm son. The supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
The Foundation.
Oh, it's where Marshall is going, probably.
Stop the hiss.
Marshall? How was she on the hotline? Unless she's dead. Jesus. She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
It seems that, yeah, like, everyone you hear on the hotline seems to be gone from the borough. Darling just vanished, Trench killed himself, and appeared on the hotline.
Hiss found their way down here too, huh?
It's worse. Holy, this place is huge. Something to the left. How do I clear this? At first I thought the cave paintings in the Foundation chronicled ancient humans' encounters with natural occurrences like weather, but it soon became clearer they depicted events far outside the average human experience. Also, it seems I was wrong to assume the images are ancient. Radiocarbon dating suggests something impossible, that I've been down here longer than the paintings. That's absurd though. The style and medium clearly indicate a Paleolithic origin. I was ready to conclude that an ancient community of humans lived in or around the oldest house. Now with this information, I don't know what to think. Is one of our agents drawing this, or is there someone down here with us? This place has a habit of skewing my results, so perhaps the data is corrupted. Or perhaps some paintings were created at the different times. That does seem to chronicle not only the past, but also the present and possibly even the future. I've seen them echoes of the board, some linear architecture, even what could be interpreted as a director. Are the paintings telling a story that's still being written? If so, who is writing it? What if it's Alan Wake's writing? That's an idea. How do I get up there? Are those new? I think those are new. Like ninjas.
We're using pickaxes now.
Gotta level my melee damage if they're gonna rush at me like that. Headshot boost. Weapon mods. Am I using that? It's actually needed. Headshot boost. Deconstruct. Crossroads. How do I make that? It's impossible.
The astral plane is cutting into our dimension. What if this happens in the upper floors? It'll destroy the Bureau.
Oh, and the enemies from the astral plane too appear here. Interesting. Multiple entrances?
I wish I'd brought Emily with me. I could really use my head of research right about now.
How do we get up there?
Marshall? Marshall! You're alive!
I'm not sure about that.
Wait! Jesse! The director!
Might have been an illusion.
Whoa. This place is huge.
Marshall? Can you hear me?
She was on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem at a time. Let's see what's going on with that pillar first.
A rate of fire. Projectile speed. Maybe a blast radius. Let's try that. There's gonna be some kind of ability that allows us to open the ways. Or maybe a checkpoint after a story moment. There's a lot of pathways that is locked behind the crystals.
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building. Traversing the interior is dangerous due to the shifting, but we did manage to find a lower cavern that seems structurally predictable, which is a scientific way of saying its walls won't crush us in our sleep. Northmore even made a discovery. A pistol placed on a stone pedestal in front of that strange ebony pillar.
Oh, they found the pistol here.
Seems like something out of a storybook, except the heroes usually find swords, not handguns. But it is the perfect lure for someone like him. Hours after finding this weapon, Northmore cornered me to spout some nonsense about how the board had made him the director. He ranted about the title being meaningless before now, calling Father and all other previous directors shams, frauds, and worse. I think this place is worse for Northmore than it is for me. Strangest thing? There was no pedestal in front of that pillar a day ago. This building has swallowed a dozen of my men, and now it's handing out presents? Is it playing some sort of game? If it is, we're most certainly losing. Hell, we don't even know the rules.
Interesting lore tidbit. This is the place where they found it. Somehow Board manifested the gun here for the director to get it. And why then? Because they found the place, I suppose. The Eldor monolith is hurt. What else can I find here? There's a pathway, but it's a bit high, I think. Foundation pillar. The pillar found in the crossroads is best described as an onyx spike that protrudes from the cave floor like an imposing stalagmite. Despite its aggressive silhouette, the structure has an undeniable allure. Freud would certainly have something to say about the pillar's overly erect nature. But I'm more drawn to Whitmore's essay on dynamic layers. Structures within structures, the fractal mirror in every being. Given its significant location, I believe the pillar is either the very heart of the oldest house, or an intrusion within that heart. Or perhaps it's like the husk of a seed from which the oldest house sprouted. Dorothy wrote that great architecture isn't built, it grows. But then why does the pillar look so different from the rest of this place? Concrete walls and rocky caverns. It's easier to see it as an anomaly, a buried artifact, a foreign body, a demonic palace. I wonder if this pillar is any more welcome here than we are. Might be true, we don't know what the board is, or... Their dimension. For all my research into the oldest house ley lines, I still don't understand why they converge here, at the base of this pillar. I suppose the simplest reason is that they have to converge somewhere. Occam's razor and all that, but that seems wrong. The esoteric world abhors coincidence. So what is the true relationship between this pillar and the ley lines? Does it act as a magnet, attracting them, polar north? Or is the pillar a product of their focused energies? A sprout nourished by the constant flow of the oldest house's power. Perhaps classifying the power would provide some insight. However, we currently have no means of measuring or quantifying it. Given time, it may become possible to collect and even harness this energy. Huh. Yeah, it's not reachable yet. Guard the nail to prevent astral collision. This is the Rector's duty plot. Authorized for a single new tool upgrade. Used to save it. The Foundation asked the Bureau. Only one is permitted.
So I can only choose one? I thought I was done with these tests.
I wanna build. We're the first director to get it. And that we should feel honored. Alright, guys. Alright. Surely I'm gonna be honored. if you're messing with us. Nice. Ah, they're immune.
Okay, let's review. This broken pillar is called the nail. It was broken by something, and now the astral plane is bleeding into the foundation, which will destroy the oldest house, the bureau, and everyone inside. I need to find 4 locks, or keys, or whatever, to stop that from happening. But I'm the director. I've handled worse. This should be simple.
Surely.
You with me?
Warehouse path. Again, reference to Yggdrasil, the Tree of Knowledge. Alright, I'm gonna save up here and continue probably tomorrow. Let's just read some of the documents on the pyramid and geometry. In esotericism, the triangle is closely associated with the Holy Trinity and other three-part concepts: past, present, and future, mind, body, and spirit. Interestingly, the term board also implies multiple parts.
Is this a Bureau ID badge? Looks so old. Hope will definitely want to see this.
Alright,